Hi everybody, happy Tech Tip Tuesday from the Lexus Virtual Classroom. And I have a special shout out today for Richard Yarian, one of our YouTube subscribers, who asked a great question about how to turn on day mode in his Lexus. If you're wondering what day mode is, let me tell you about a phone call that I get occasionally. I get calls and inquiries from people telling me that their display has gone dark, almost like it looks like a shadow has come over the screen. My first question always is, do you happen to have something on your dash? Maybe a hat or even a book? They always wonder how I know that. No superpowers or anything. I just happen to know where the sensor is, and after this video, so will you. Come on, let's learn together. I'm in a 2020 RX with navigation, so let's take a look at what the screen looks like under normal daytime driving conditions. So it's nice and bright. This is what day mode looks like. Let's take a look at night mode. Night mode is something that gets triggered either at night, or if you pull into your garage and it's dark, or you pull under any other covered area that triggers the sensor on your dash to think that it's nighttime. Let's take the steps to trigger night mode. Make sure that your headlights are in auto. Grab a book or a notepad, just something that can cover the sensor so it thinks it's nighttime. Locate the sensor on your dash. You'll find the sensors in different locations on different Lexus vehicles. In the US, the GX sensor is located on the left side. However, there's also a circular opening in a similar position on the right side of the vehicle. It's possible that your sensor is located on the right. The sensor will be a small raised dome. The other side will be flat. In some Lexus vehicles, it's located behind the navigation screen. Cover the sensor and wait for your screen to change to night mode. Take a look at the map in night mode. I'm going to uncover the sensor so you can see it switch back and forth. Day mode, night mode. Once you've triggered night mode, if you would like it to stay on day mode all the time, push menu, hover over setup, look for the word display. If you don't see display immediately above the word setup, click on setup, look for display in your menu. Depending on your Lexus model, the display settings might be located in a different part of the setup menu. We're in a GX. Push setup, scroll to the second page, then you'll find display. Once you've located the display setup, click to select it where it says day mode off. Click to turn day mode on. Now, even at night or if the sensor is covered, you'll see day mode instead of night mode. When you select to have day mode stay on, it's still going to be a slightly dimmer screen in order to prevent glare at night. If you feel like the display still isn't as bright as you would like it to be, select General for your main screen. You can adjust contrast and brightness. My recommendation is that you start with the brightness first. Come to the plus symbol and simply click, and it will change on the example so that you can see how it's going to impact the look of your screen. I generally like to do a couple of brightness adjustments and then move to a contrast adjustment. You do need to be careful because you don't want to get the screen so bright that everything gets washed out. So just minus to bring some of that color back. If you'd like to see what contrast looks like without increasing brightness, just click plus or minus until you have the screen looking the way that you want it to look. Then push your go back button And do the same for your camera view. Keep in mind that your camera view is triggered when you are in reverse. If you have a 360-degree monitoring system, this will adjust the view for all cameras on your vehicle. So just click, and again, you'll see the example change. And you can test it out by shifting into reverse. From your camera adjustment screen, just shift into reverse and see if you have the result that you were looking for. If not, come back to park and then continue to make changes until you have it where you want it. Put it into reverse to give another test. And go back to park. When you're satisfied with the appearance of your screen, you can push the Go Back button. If you notice at the top, it does say Screen Off. If you are doing a long drive, maybe out in the country, and you would prefer to turn the screen completely off so that your passengers could maybe sleep on their ride, just select Screen Off. Now this does mean that you need to turn the screen back on, but you don't have to do anything difficult. If you want the map, push the map button. If you want the radio, push the radio button. You get the idea. If you would like to restore your previous settings, push Menu, come back to Setup, and then go to Display Settings in your preferred way of getting there. Select Display, and then select to turn off the feature that holds day mode on. Now, because our sensor is covered, we are in night mode. Because we have the day mode hold feature turned off, uncover the sensor, and day mode will restore. So keep in mind, the headlights have to be triggered in order to have the setting option of leaving day mode on. If we come to Setup and Display, and the headlamps have not been triggered in the auto mode, you won't even see the option of holding day mode in the on position. If you've come to this screen before triggering your headlights to come on, don't worry, just cover the sensor at the front of the dash. Trigger night mode, and then the feature is available. And then I have the option of turning day mode on and keeping it on. If I don't make a selection and it continues to stay in the mode where it automatically changes back and forth from day mode to night mode, if I remove the cover from the sensor or my headlights turn off, that adjustment option goes away. If you're someone who prefers the brightness of day mode, even at night, I also recommend that you think about turning off the auto dimming feature for your rear view mirror. But only do this if you feel like your rear view mirror gets too dark when it recognizes that you have light approaching the vehicle from behind. Look for the power button with the light at the bottom of your rear view mirror. Push it to turn it off. If the light is off, the auto dimming feature is turned off. If you like the auto dimming feature, which most people do, most people aren't even aware that the mirror is making that adjustment. It's very subtle. But if you need the mirror not to dim when you have oncoming light at the back of your vehicle at night, make sure that the auto dimming feature is turned off. Otherwise, leave it on to prevent glare from the headlamps of vehicles approaching at the rear of your Lexus. To keep up with all the technology on your Lexus, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to click that bell so that you'll be notified when we release our next tech tip video. Thanks again for tuning in to the Lexus Virtual Classroom at Northside and Westside Lexus in Houston, Texas. We'll see you next time.